Hey there, my friends, and welcome back to another great episode of pinktoolgirl.com. We are going to be talking today about how to paint with metallic paint on furniture. Now you'll see behind me, we did a coffee bar, and we're going to actually show you in another video how to set up this coffee bar. But for today, let's talk about how you can find a space, an old piece of furniture, and bring it to new life using metallic paint. For budget-friendly home improvement advice where we help you save more so that you can do more in your home, make sure you hit that bell and subscribe today so that you don't miss out on a single episode. Hello my friends, and welcome to one of my favorite things to do, and that is to take an old, ugly, cast-off piece of furniture. Actually, it doesn't look very ugly from this viewpoint, but when you went up close to it, it had some marks and some nicks, and it was not the color that I wanted in my space. So I want to encourage you that if something is not the color that you wanted to, paint, metallic paint can fix it. Now, it doesn't always have to be metallic, but I happen to like metallic, so that's what this video is about. So what I want to encourage you to do is, if you get this was a $10 piece of from Goodwill. So if you get your piece from a thrift store, make sure that you thoroughly clean it off. I like to use paper towels or Clorox wipes or something, and typically I like to make sure that I go over it once with something wet and then dry it off completely before you go to paint it. That is a huge tip that you want to make sure that you do. The second thing is, if you're going to, in my case, as you see, I'm using painter's tape because I don't want to paint that wood, the spray paint color. I'm going to actually use a different metallic paint for the top coat of this. So I wanted to tape it off. So when you do that, painter's tape is really great because it uses a good edge, but you don't want to waste your painter's tape in the middle. So grab some recycled paper or some cards from leftover Christmas or something that you can put over top of that so that you don't get the wood. Now, once you begin spray painting, first make sure you read the bottle and shake it and do all the appropriate things that they tell you to do. But on top of that, I always like to make sure I have something on the base so that I'm not painting my grass, or my husband actually hates when I paint the grass, or your cement surface or something. So have something on the base, and it also helps when you're painting those legs because you don't want particles of dirt or grass or something on the bottom of your what's going to be a coffee table for us. Would you comment in the link below, what piece of furniture do you want to paint with metallic paint? And then if you would take it one step further and tell us, what color of metallic paint do you like? Are you silvers, are you cools, or are you the golds and coppers and bronzes and the Warren family? We'd like to know. So as we get back to the painting process of using spray paint and then using what I consider bottle paint, I actually use the Martha Stewart metallic line for the wood that you see there. I want to make sure first, it does not matter whether you use cool tones like the silvers or warm tones like the metallic or bronze. I said bronzes in my comment below, so please excuse me on that. But it doesn't matter what complementary color you use. Any type of metallic can really up something a notch when it comes to an elegance or refinement. So don't be afraid to use metallic that's going to be shiny like your car, although that is also very cool and very modern for certain looks. So it just depends on what look you're going for, whether a metallic paint is right for you. So as you can see, I kept going back and forth and around so that I could make sure that I got every piece of this, and it did take about 2 cans in order to complete this project. Now, once you're done, you want to let it dry, but not dry completely, because you notice the painter tape is coming off perfectly here because there's just this, you don't want the spray paint to be tacky, but you want to make sure that it's not completely dry, because then the tape doesn't come off if it happens to be spray painted on there. So I had a variety of metallic paints. I like to use them, so I normally have a couple different brands that I like. I like Folk Art, I like the Martha Stewart line, and I am not scared. I'm not afraid to try a new metallic line if I see it. Walmart carries some great things, Hobby Lobby. I mean, any place that you can buy some of the inexpensive metallics, or you can even get some of the like Modern Masters, which I love theirs. This has almost like a glitter sheen, and it's really great for indoor outdoor. To me, it's probably the most durable, but it's also the most expensive, and sometimes it's kind of hard to find find in some of the big box stores. So again, that's Modern Masters. That's not what I'm using today. I'm using just I think a $3.99 or $4.99 bottle. But I wanted to show you that metallic paint sometimes does separate. So you want to make sure, I use a chopstick, like an old chopstick, and mix it about. So I wanted to give you some fair warning that after I did this project, and we've used this piece of metallic painted furniture now for about 9 to 10 months, there are definitely some scratches and some nicks. If I were to do this again, I probably would add a primer on top of the laminate wood, which you saw I just kind of smacked it on. The second thing that I would do is I would probably do 2 or 3 layers. Now the paint is typically only about $3.99, and I certainly didn't use enough. I didn't use an entire bottle on this, so you could definitely do that and extend the life of it. I also, if I were to do it again, would consider sealing it in order, especially if you're using it as something that's going to have rubs or scratch, like you're going to see in our next video. We did do this as a coffee bar. You'll notice some of those scratches. So that's just a little bit of FYI for you if you choose to paint a piece of furniture with metallic paint. What should you do next? Download our free tool lesson in the description box below. We recommend tools that every DIY homeowner should have in their toolbox. Our checklist is delivered to you with specific videos that highlight the different projects that you can do. At Pink Tool Girl, we've done numerous DIY projects with a French-inspired flair. It's our passion to share those tips with you, so get your free tool lesson in the description below. Remember, subscribe to our channel and download your free tool lesson today.